Someone once said, if your voice is loud, some people will listen. But if your message is strong, everyone will pay attention. Hi everyone, welcome Tat channel, and today I have an inspiring story for you.
In a small, peaceful village, there lived a boy who never understood the value of time.
He wasn't a bad person, but he had a terrible habit: procrastination.
Whenever it was time to study, he would say, "I'll do it later." When given homework, he would tell himself, "There's always tomorrow." And so, day after day, he wasted his time on meaningless things, unaware that time was slipping away, never to return. His family often advised him.
His parents looked at him with worried eyes and reminded him, "Son, if you don't change, you'll regret it someday." But he just nodded absent-mindedly and forgot their words.
At school, his teachers warned him, and while his friends kept improving, he remained stuck in the same place.
Slowly, he began to realize he was falling behind. Yet instead of trying harder, he felt discouraged and continued to delay his responsibilities. He didn't understand that every passing day was a lost opportunity, that every moment of laziness was a step backward on the road to his future. He foolishly believed he had all the time in the world, that tomorrow would be different.
But in reality, each wasted day only pushed him further into failure and regret. It wasn't until much later, when he looked back, that he finally understood those wasted days would never come back. One day, news spread through the small village that a wise man was coming to visit. He was known for his deep knowledge and wisdom, having helped many people find the right path in life. The villagers were eager to meet him, hoping to receive
his valuable guidance. The lazy boy heard the news as well. A spark of hope lit up in his heart. Perhaps this wise man had a secret trick that could help him surpass his friends without putting in too much effort.
With that thought in mind, he
decided to go see him. When his turn came, the boy hesitantly stepped forward. Looking into the wise man's kind yet perceptive eyes, he felt a strange sense of relief. His voice was filled with frustration and disappointment as he spoke. "Sir, please help me. I feel like a failure.
I am always behind my friends in everything. I want to get ahead, to be the best. Please tell me how I can do that." The wise man silently observed him for a moment before offering a gentle smile. His eyes held both kindness and a quiet, profound sternness.
After a brief pause, he replied, "My child, your problem is not that you lack talent, but that you do
not value your time.
You procrastinate and waste the precious moments of your life without realizing it."
"Let me tell you a story, perhaps then you will understand." The boy listened intently, unaware that this very moment would change his life forever. The wise man looked at the boy gently and began his story. Long ago, there was a kind and wealthy king who deeply loved and cared for his people. One day, he happened to meet an old childhood friend. But unlike the king, this man had fallen into poverty. He had no job, no money, and no respect from anyone.
His face was filled with sorrow, and his eyes carried the weight of disappointment. The king asked with concern, "My old friend, how has life been treating you?"
The man sighed and replied, "Your Majesty, fate has been cruel to me.
No matter how hard I try, people still look down on me.
They say I am lazy, that I never complete my work on time, and no one is willing to hire me.
I don't understand why life has been so unfair to me." The king paused for a moment, then said, "All right, listen to me. Before the sun sets today,
you may enter my treasury and take as much gold and jewels as you can carry." The man was stunned, then overjoyed.
He ran home to tell his wife the good news.
She urged him to go immediately, but he hesitated. "I'm starving. Let me eat first."
After his meal, he felt sleepy and thought, "I'll just take a short nap, then I'll go." But his short nap turned into 2 hours of deep sleep. When he finally woke up, the sun was already high in the sky.
However, the heat of the afternoon
made him delay again. "I'll wait until it's cooler, then I'll go." By the time he finally rushed to the palace, the sun had already set.
The gates had closed.
His one chance to change his life was gone wasted by his own laziness and
procrastination. The wise man finished his story, looked at the boy, and asked, "Do you see yourself in this story?" The wise man finished his story, but its echo still lingered in the boy's heart. A heavy silence filled the air.
He lowered his head, his chest tightening with emotion.
All the advice his parents and teachers had given him before suddenly
rushed back, but this time, they were no longer just empty words. Now, he truly understood their meaning. He looked at himself and realized he was no different from the poor man in the story.
He had been given countless chances to change, to improve, yet he always told himself, "I'll do it tomorrow," and tomorrow kept repeating itself. While he remained stuck in the same place, regret filled him.
But more than that, a deep fear took hold of him. If he continued down this path, would he one day find himself standing before the closed gates of life, burdened with nothing but bitter regrets? Looking up, he saw the wise man's kind eyes watching him not with judgment, but with understanding and quiet expectation.
The boy took a deep breath and bowed his head in gratitude.
"I understand now. I won't let my time slip away uselessly."
Anymore, from that day on, he changed. He learned to cherish every moment, every opportunity.
No more procrastination, no more laziness. He worked harder, pushed himself further, and step by step, he rose from the shadows of his past self. Time is as precious as gold, and this time, he would not let it slip through his fingers ever again.